First, I want to thank you all, the governor, and all of you for making behavioral mental health a priority. It's wonderful. So thank you for that. I'll just tell you my story. My wife and I are residents here in Eagle. We're raising our three kids here. Um, our our 10-year-old, he's 10 now, had been experiencing some significant mental health issues. They started to come up in preschool, but really became much more, I guess, problematic in kindergarten. He would end up being sent to the principal's office. We found all this out later, where he would sit there for hours being actively ignored, and we we ended up taking him to get evaluated. We had to travel quite a distance to get an evaluation for him because there was no one locally that we could find to do it. When we got a diagnosis of ADHD, ODD, and OCD, we brought that back to the school, and just with limited time, we were basically, after a bunch of hoops and jumping through, we were told that he didn't qualify for any services or any help. So we ended up basically taking on his care ourselves and just tried to educate ourselves as much as we could on what he would need, how to help him. We exhausted the providers in Eagle, and it was not very helpful for us. And so I know my story. I mean, I don't know if our family just slipped through the cracks or it's more of a systemic issue. I can't really say. I do know we have friends who had similar experiences trying to get services in the school, and certainly in the community, it's very, very difficult. There's some great providers, but they're overwhelmed. So this past year, I took it upon myself to try to address the whole situation myself, and I opened a behavioral and mental health clinic here in Edwards, just a mile away. It's called the Vale Mind Center, and at this point, 6 months later, I have 5 therapists on staff. We have 2 occupational therapists, a speech therapist, an art therapist, and very fortunate I was able to bring on a PsyD. I have a psychologist on board now, and with her doctorate and experience, she's able to provide full psychological and academic testing for kids for learning disabilities, so we can test for autism, ADHD, everything, and help families get a diagnosis, which is really what I would understand to be the ammunition they need to get help and understand what they need to do. So we're helping diagnose now and provide those services as well. My therapists go into the homes of children 0 to 3 to provide early interventions, and I think that's one thing I want to stress is the magnitude and power of early intervention. That is my mission with the Vale Mind Center, because the earlier you can intervene in a child's life, the bigger and better the outcomes will be. Sometimes very minor issues, if left unresolved, snowball into other, low self-esteem, depression, substance abuse, and all kinds of other things that, had they been addressed early in the child's life, may have been avoided or at least mitigated to a great extent. So all this downstream effort for suicide prevention and all the care that we're desperately trying to provide now, it's my firm belief that if we focus very heavily on the earliest interventions we can for children, we'll have a big impact down the road, in reducing the numbers of folks in the system who need those kinds of care. In an effort to serve as many people as possible, we take Medicaid. I have a sliding scale. We've never turned anybody away for financial reasons. We're certainly far from a profitable organization, but it's just my goal to get it to a break-even and sustainable place, so that it can provide as much help as possible to as many people as possible. And so we see about 50 kids per week now, and it's just it's very rewarding, frankly, personally, to be having an impact at this stage. But I think that growth and that experience really shows how much of a need there really is here. If I could be that short period of time have that many kids in and getting assistance, and I know it's just the tip of the iceberg. So if I suggest anything, it's early intervention. Please keep an eye on that. And if you focused every dollar spent there and effort spent there, will have much more impact down the road. So thank you so much for your time. Appreciate it.
Thank you.